for our Spirit-filled worship service, and each Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. for our Bible study. You do not want to miss these Power Pack services. We are a church for all people, and we welcome you as we transform the Memphis culture. The church is located inside Bunn Presbyterian Church at 561 South Prescott Street, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm Dr. Darnell Goose Jr., Senior Pastor of the Cathedral Praise Church of Memphis Incorporated, and I hope to see you there.
This is the city. This is their story. Some names have been changed, and so many lives have been changed too. They're going to give you the facts, just the facts. Some call this a city of crime. When they're done, it's going to be the city that cares a lot. This is the city, Memphis, Tennessee, where fearless, inspired, unfired, hungry rabble of revolutionaries has transformed hearts and minds. Not with weapons, but with their own brand of compassion, integrity, and hard work. All they're asking is for you to join their movement. It's easy to join with a donation of $20, $50, or $100. And it's all for the nonprofit organization Relationships Unleashed. With this donation, you will help enhance the 3 core principles of education, empowerment, and enrichment to the LGBTQ community and its allies. Go to www.relationshipunleashed.com on the World Wide Web, relationshipunleashed.com. All donations are tax deductible. Come on, join the movement. By the way, I don't need a badge or a gun. I carry a microphone, bub.
And we're back. This is the Smooth Jam right here with the Unleashed World Radio Show. We'll be making babies. And we're back with You Bring Me Joy. Anita Baker with them high Beyonce tickets. And we're back. This is live the show on KWAM 9 Radio where we educate and empower the community. How much were the tickets to her show?
I heard down on the floor they was up to $250 per person.
Oh, that's cheap. Beyonce a cot note and a house note. That's cheap. Cause I was late on my house note going to see Beyonce.
I sure had.
Yeah, I was late. I was behind. I get behind once a year. It was for Beyonce.
I sure had. I bet you she wasn't late on her house note. Her Bentley, her yacht, or her airplane.
It's for Beyonce. But no, on a serious tip, I was not late on my house note.
A mention.
I have a 10,000 credit score. But anyway, on the serious note, we need you people in Shelby County to get up and vote. WREG wrote an article today, and they said this is the lowest early voting. It's lower than 2010 and 2014, and it's like more than 63,000 people who have early voted. And currently in Shelby County, we have 927,000 residents here in Shelby County, reported residents. And out of that reported residents, 52% of those residents are African American. And so that's about 670,000 African Americans that live here in Shelby County. And we only have 63,000 people, quote unquote, who have voted thus far. Oh. So somebody, in the words of my little cousin, ain't voting. I don't know who it is. Let's do some subtraction. What's
those like
Yeah, they're about 480,000.
No, 600-some thousand.
Really? Friendship ending deals right there.
Oh my goodness!
You can't talk to me if you don't vote.
Out of the 670, 480,000 of them are registered.
Okay, that's
because you got children.
400. How many?
You raised
480.
So now we got 400,000 people who hadn't voted.
How you come up with 400,000?
He said out of the 670,000 African Americans who are residents, most of them are kids. 480 are registered voters. So okay. 400,000 people have not voted.
Well, you can even break it down. We'll take 200. We'll split that in half.
Goodness.
Because you got felons, you got things like that. And that's why we have the incarceration rate so high, so they can cancel out the. Don't say that we just the majority in population. We're not the majority because we make up the majority of the incarceration. So come on now.
This is something serious.
They tag you with that felony, it's over until you can get that thing changed.
Well, back to our interview with our great guest. Let's talk more about this Democratic Executive Committee man, District 29 position. Let's get some advantages about you serving and understanding this position, and talk to our listeners and educate me, because I'm not that educated on this position.
Well, I definitely believe that I'm ready to lead on day one. I'm endorsed by well over 90% of the current Shelby County Democratic Party's executive committee in their individual capacities. I have endorsements all the way from Congressman Steve Cohen to most of the officials on our Democratic ticket to Superintendent Dorsey Hobson, just everybody. I have a lot of support. So I have the relationships to liaise to work with our platform on day one. But the most important thing, I currently am on the Shelby County Democratic Party. I currently am on the Tennessee Young Democrats. I represent every Young Democrat statewide, and I am currently the parliamentarian of our Shelby County Young Democrats, and I know the rules of our party. I already represent officials and constituents and things like that, and I'm out here trying to elect Democrats today. I'm out here cheerleading and championing our platform. I'm out here getting legislation passed and done today, now, as a party officer. I'm not asking that you trust my promises that I'm going to do more work. I'm asking that you trust my work to give me more work. So I think that's myself.
Well, let me pull your receipts.
Please.
Let's give our listeners some of the legislation that you have passed, maybe two of them, or helped pass.
Well, I took our entire Young Democrats legislative agenda for the entire state of Tennessee. I founded the legislative agenda that the Young Democrats are now pushing annually, and we sent it to Nashville this year. We took on a lot of groups from the Tennessee Equality Project to Planned Parenthood. We all went to Nashville under the banner of the Democratic Party because the Young Democrats get to use our entire party as support. So we went up there and we advocated for environmental legislation, women's right to choose, women's right to have their medical care paid for by the provider of their choice, immigrant children having in-state tuition because they live in state. They were charging out-of-state tuition for youth that lived in Tennessee that were undocumented. They live here.
Who was doing that?
State of Tennessee.
Wow.
So we fought for some pretty decent things. At the city level, we fought for a equitable permitting process. We won at that level. We've been to the county commission. We've advocated for polling sites to be open. The county commission passed a funding mechanism for that. And, of course, you heard about the lawsuit. I was right there with our party chairman and our Young Democrats president, and there we were fighting. We won that lawsuit. Everyone that's able to early vote at all sites, all days, all times. It's because the NAACP and the Shelby County Democrats today, here and now, did that.
So is there a party called the Young Republicans?
The Young Republicans do have an organization as well.
Okay.
They're of course, I don't think it's they don't have the presence that we do because in Shelby County they don't have the numbers that we do. So
okay, I was just wondering.
They exist.
I was just wondering.
They're around. I used to know their president, Vinny Blue. He's all right. Went to college with him.
Okay, sounds great. So I think one thing that you talked about the work that the Democratic Party's doing, and so I remember when I used to be a Young Democrat back in the 90s, and I worked with on Mayor Harrington and Harold Ford, and when Clinton Gore was running for president, and nice. I saw a lot of activity. It was movement going on in Memphis, Tennessee back then.
Oh, the Young Dems were all over that.
We were charged back then. We had buses running and school buses. That Harold Ford, I have to give him credit. He's a genius when you want to get out and get a campaign going. But what I'm saying now is that I see this year, I saw a lot of movement when Obama ran in his first term.
His name is President Obama.
In the second, thank you,
Put some respect on his name.
In the second one, I didn't see.
That's my president.
But right now, I see a lot, again, a resurgence, if you would say, with the Democratic Party and trying to get a lot of these young people involved in what's going on so we can stop getting off kiki and try to figure out what's going on with our livelihood and understanding that all of these things is going to affect them in one way or another.
Well, hold on with that thought. We got a caller. Let's see what they got to say about this. Caller, you live on the live show on KWAM 990 Talk Radio. What's on your mind?
Cut off.
Hello? Caller.
So loud.
He hung up. All righty. Call back, whoever that was. Go ahead, finish what you were saying.
That's pretty much it. And so I'm going to jump over this question. So, George, what would you think is that we really, really need to get young people more involved in the political process in Shelby County?
Hold that question. Okay. Just call right back. Caller, you're live on the Live Show on KWAM 900 Talk Radio, new 107.9. What's on your mind?
How y'all doing today?
Turn your radio down for me one bit.
Hold on. It may be my earpiece. Let me turn this off.
Okay. Turn that cricket off.
Is that better?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Who is it?
I want to first thank you guys
Michael.
for having your candidate on the air. A lot of people don't realize how important it is if you're a Democrat to get organized and to actually participate in the process.
Mm-hmm.
You guys asked there's a young Republican Party. Yeah, it always is. And the sad part is they get help from the Democrats when you got like blue dog Democrats. Last time I checked, that was a Republican. So we have to make sure that, again, if you're Democrat, if you're organized and you get out there and you vote, and know who you're voting for. You guys asked a really good question at the very beginning with your guest. Tell us something legislation you're responsible for. People never do that.
Yeah.
They just want you to get out there. Well, I'm black. Vote for me.
Right.
Okay. I'm a Democrat. Vote for me. Okay. And it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Just because somebody says there's something doesn't mean that that's what they are. Find out what the actual stance is. Find out if they're bought and paid for by somebody.
I agree with you 100%.
200%.
I
Second, third.
I think what you just said is that the citizens are becoming more educated, and it's not just enough for you to just say, or even go with one of these smear campaigns and get me to turn against somebody one way or the other, because I'm tired of that. So I want to know. I'm like you. I want to know what your agenda is. I don't need you to tell me how bad your candidate is. I already know that. So help me understand where you coming from so you can gain my vote. You won't gain my vote by running a smear tactic campaign or telling me that you're just a Democrat.
And that's all campaigns are now. I mean, all you see now is just negative campaigning. And again, the people with the most money, those people that win because they can pay for these ads, and people like sheep.
You're right.
I mean, they just go, oh, okay, yeah, he did this, he did this.
You're
okay,
right.
Well, we've all done something.
Right. Well, I think that it's important that everyday citizens, the ordinary citizens, get educated. And if I was a candidate, that would be my whole purpose when I launch my campaign. I'm not going to get into no fight. I'm not going to get dirty with whoever I'm running against. I'm going to still continue to go out and meet people, because it doesn't matter really who endorse you. It matters who can come and push that boat and hit that ballot for you.
Are you trying to say you're running for office in 2020?
I just said if.
Oh, okay, I heard that.
If.
But sounds like you got a platform.
Absolutely.
I just said if.
You want to say anything?
Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you so much, Mike.
Thanks for calling in.
No problem.
Well, George, hold that question she just asked you. We're going to take our break. This is our last break. We'll come back to that question she asked you. And this is the Live Show on KWAM 900 Talk Radio, new 107.9. If you want to talk to George, call us at 901-260-5926. Again, the number is 901-260-5926. We'll be right back after the pause with the call.
Yo, tonight is the night that I'ma get twisted. Mix Moscato and vodka, I'ma mix it. Roll that spaceship, we about to get lifted. Live in the present, that gift is for the gifted. This what you came, this what you came for. You get what you buy, this what you pay for. So make sure the stars is what you aim for. Make mistakes though, I never worry. Life is a journey. I just wanna enjoy the ride.
Join the Cathedral Praise Church of Memphis Incorporated each Sunday at 12:30 p.m. for our Spirit-filled worship service, and each Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. for our Bible study. You do not want to miss these power-packed services. We are a church for all people, and we welcome you as we transform the Memphis culture. The church is located inside Bunn Presbyterian Church at 561 South Prescott Street, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm Dr. Darnell Goose Jr., Senior Pastor of the Cathedral Praise Church of Memphis Incorporated, and I hope to see you there.
Go get tested for HIV/AIDS because HIV/AIDS has become the third leading cause of death among African Americans between the ages of 25 and 34. Even more surprising is the fact that this disease has become the leading cause of death for African American women between the ages of 25 and 34. The spread of HIV/AIDS is the single greatest health crisis currently confronting African Americans.
This is the city. This is their story. Some names have been changed, and so many lives have been changed too. They're going to give you the facts, just the facts. Some call this a city of crime. When they're done, it's going to be the city that cares a lot. This is the city, Memphis, Tennessee, where fearless, inspired, unfired, hungry rabble of revolutionaries has